It is 93.3 WMMR, backstage at the MMR B Q. I'm Pierre Robert. We have the pleasure of the company of Jason Bonham. Welcome.
Welcome and good evening.
And good evening to you, sir. You've played this town a lot of times. You've played, for example, the Electric Factory, the Tower Theater, where I had the good fortune of seeing you, and now at our festival. Do you play a lot of festivals?
Not when I'm playing Led Zeppelin music. I find that it's challenging.
I would think it would be.
Because it's one of those things I feel the way, especially where I do the show, is usually a very intimate thing when I'm tell stories and kind of, about, why I'm doing it and what my methods are. In this, it's kind of like you shorten it, put as many as the heavy songs in as you can and go, remember this? So usually it goes well, though.
Yeah, because I saw it at the Tower Theater. When I got done, I was talking with your tour manager, and I had been attempting to explain it, but up to this event, I could really explain it because you almost have to see it to quite understand it. It's really quite magnificent.
Yeah, as I say, when it's not in this kind of format, when it is in my own environment, the footage that we use is like home movies, and also even like some stuff where I do Moby Dick with John, with my dad. And that's one of the great highlights. People go, wow, he's playing it. It took a while to learn the thing to get it in sync. But
right.
One of the tricks is I have to watch him as well as listen to him.
Really?
So you can anticipate when you see it. It's but it is something special because we never got to do it while he was alive, and that was something that I always wanted to do.
How young were you when he passed?
I was 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So will you have some of the multimedia elements here tonight?
Not on the festival environment because of the fact that it's just literally you get on there and you play. Those things still have to be kind of rehearsed and sound checked to make sure everything's in. As I always say, I'd rather it be over rehearsed and work properly than go up there and not happen.
Right.
And it has done that before, and you look even bigger for. No, today is just, you can rely on the music as much as you can because the music is timeless.
Right.
And no matter what the crowd, it's amazing what response you'll get. I remember playing in front of 80,000 people in Sao Paulo, and we opened with Immigrant Song, and you had 80,000 people jumping up and down. So it's one of those things. It's timeless music.
Preston, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Hey,
Jason, how you doing? I'm Preston.
Right.
I'm the resident drummer at WMMR, so I just wanted to come over real quick.
As you would.
And say hi. Yeah, honestly, we get stuck in the back. We get lost in the fold a lot of times. And I want to thank you for being one of those who promotes the instrument and puts it up front and reminds people there's somebody working really hard back there. As part of, I know that sometimes in fact, in the music industry, drum and percussion parts are considered part of the arrangement of the song. And unless you have an agreement with the songwriters, one gets left out of a chunk of the money. And
that is old way of writing.
Yeah,
that is the old principles of things. Yeah, I kind of changed that. Whenever I get in a room with a bunch of guys, I go, you know what? No matter what we do. But that, never mind, there's so many things we have to change where if you take a drum beat, like Levy Breaks has been taken and sampled by numerous artists, but never once credited. Now, I sometimes don't mind them if, back then, if they would have just said drums by John Bonham, it wouldn't have been as bad. But to steal, that's another thing.
Yeah.
But don't get me started. Yeah. It's a fun night. It's a barbecue. We're going to go on stage and play some classic rock and roll.
Absolutely. So I just want to come over and say hi and jump in. And thank you for doing what you do.
My
I
pleasure.
appreciate it. Pleasure to meet you.
Always the best.
Well, MMR, our station, has been on the air for 46 years in this town, and that's a long time for any rock and roll station to survive. I've been there for 32 years. We play newer and older stuff, and to have you as part of this celebration that we do every spring, we couldn't be more thankful. And I think you've been here before and you know the Philadelphia crowd, but Roger Daltrey says the Philly crowd and the Boston and New York crowd are the most passionate in the United States and the best audiences, and I think you'll find a great welcome when you go out there in a few minutes.
Well, thank you very much. I'm always grateful of the support I've had throughout all my various guises and bands and whether hair or no hair or I'm a very lucky chap indeed, and the support you've always given me in the various drunken stupors I would show up in, either a day late or even early sometimes, but never turned away, and I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. Have a great show tonight in Philadelphia, and nice to have you back.
Cheers.
Jason Bonham on 93.3 WMMR. Thank you for your time.
Standing.
Pleasure. All the best.